everybody day been going? You say that? Man, what the?
What up, my peeps? What up, my peeps? This is Calvin from CMO TV.
Look.
And how
Stop
we
with this.
doing today? How we doing today? Respect the host. Please, sir. Put your, or are you gonna be mic'd or you gonna be removed off this? Point blank. Yeah. Now you would be
Hey,
speak when you're spoken to. All right.
okay.
Now we got
Okay.
Dalvin, the OG LBC Agnew, and we got Marquis, the hard-headed one. Figure he want to speak when he want to speak. It don't work like that, Johnson. Go ahead and introduce yourselves and see what you got going on over there, Benox.
What's up? What's up, you guys? It's Galvin. I am currently sitting here trying to watch a movie and feed my brother all at the same time. There's a lot going on over here.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, it is. Feeding him alone.
Yeah, it is.
Well, get over it. What about you, T? What you got going on over there, Johnson?
No much work.
Work. What you
No
working
much
on,
work.
man?
Trying to get
What
my
are you
employees
Y'all get over it.
I want to know what you're working on.
Trying to keep my employees in line.
Okay. Let's speak on that, Mr. I'm trying to keep my employees online. What is your job description and what do you do?
Looks like a tornado.
My job description actually is a meat double.
Didn't know you guys were coming.
But I don't do none of it. I don't mess with chickens no more. I spray fed out. I got 2 employees that's under me that I'm their boss, and I got to answer another boss.
Well, look around.
Mute your phone,
They
Dalvin.
do something wrong.
Mute my
boss
phone.
tells me I gotta go
Yeah,
to
because
sleep.
I can hear your TV over there.
So I pretty much I got to do their dirty work for them.
Uh-huh.
And that's something actually we need to talk about. Why
What you
is
mean?
it
What's that? Talk about what?
When your boss got somebody that's under them, why they want them to do their dirty work for them? They tell them, oh, the employee need to do this and do that. And then you got some employees sometimes that don't want to listen or follow the rules. And then they got to go talk to the head boss.
Ain't that something? I'm gonna tell you this. Now you know how I felt when somebody was trying to tell your ass something and you chose to want to do the opposite. Now, what would you do in that situation if that was you? You already don't been on that end, on the other end of not wanting to listen. So how can you turn that where you didn't want to listen into a positive for yourself to talk to somebody who was doing the exact same thing you wouldn't do, want to listen? So how would you handle that?
Y'all already know I'm hard-headed and I'm ignorant.
Okay then.
Y'all already know I was gonna do the opposite. Y'all know and I knew I was gonna do the opposite. But at the same time, what you saying, I got punished because y'all already knew I wasn't finna act right.
Well, that ain't what I'm talking about. You. I'm asking you how you gonna to fix the problem that you having with somebody doing the exact same thing that you did. So how would you talk to that person
and
and
that's the
get them to
thing.
do what they need to do?
And that's the thing. I can't get mad at my employees when they do get mad or get to talking crazy and do other stuff. See, with me, if we y'all gonna get punished or get a whoop, with them, shit, they got the dough. So they punishing my punishment. It's two different things, but at the same time, you getting punished. That's why coexist together. Because if they under me, they have to listen to me. But I tell them, just like I'm on you guys, I have to listen to what you guys are saying, and I'm not doing it. I'm gonna get punished. They're gonna get punished a different way than what I get punished.
Marquis.
So it all coexists together.
Marquis.
Uh-huh.
You've been talking probably about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I don't give you 2 minutes. And you still haven't directly answered that question. And you still haven't directly answered the question what I'm asking you. How would you talk to them knowing they're not finna hear or listen to a word what you're saying? So how are you going to fix that problem that you had as a youngin'? So how are you going to address it when it comes your way? How are you going to talk to them people?
Okay, that's a good question. Because no one, I done did it already, so I already know. I'm not gonna say I know what the answer is, because they might have different answers for what be said about a situation. So you really can't pretty much just say what a person is gonna say or think, because everybody's not the same. How I react and do, the other person can't do. They might try to follow and do what you do, but like I tell people, it might be a dark road that you can't see yourself up out of. So at the end of the day, stop trying to follow somebody and stop trying to do what they do. So you gotta on yourself, take it upon yourself. Either you gonna listen or you gonna follow somebody else. And I tell them, quit, don't follow me. Cause when you go down that road, it might not be no street lights. It might not be no flashlight or car lights. It might not be no street lights.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel what you're saying, but you still
thing.
haven't answered the question, son. You have been talking in circles, but you still haven't answered the question. And the question was, how are you going to talk to them and what are you going to say to them to get them to do what they need to do? I'm gonna simplify it for you.
What I would do and what I've been doing, I ain't been yelling at them on anything. I just been telling, hey, son told me, so I'm going and I'm talking to him. If I'm talking to me back, okay. So now we get somewhere. And now that's where the conversation get deeper and deeper to what the problem is. So with me, how he, yeah, how what? I'm gonna just shut down and not just speak it out, or I just, you know, I get mad, I shut down. I can't say how everybody else would be because they might not just shut down. They might just, get out there, get ignorant, get crazy. Me, I shut down or get ignorant sometimes. And just sit there and look at you like a stupid. Hey, I'm answering the question. See, I'm not answering the question. I'm not giving you the answer that you are looking for. But
No,
for
I asked you. I asked
uh,
you specifically, how are you going to talk to someone that you know is not going to listen to you? And you was already on that other end to where you didn't want to listen to nobody when they were sitting there trying to tell you something. So you know how it feels to pretty
but
much ignore somebody. Hold on. You know what it feels like pretty
I
much
ain't
to ignore somebody. You see what I'm saying? And that's the problem. You trying to talk because you can't listen if you're
no, I
talking.
didn't say nothing else. I stopped.
Okay, what
I
I'm
didn't say
saying.
nothing else. I
All
stopped.
right, you started talking. All right, that's what I'm saying.
I was just
How?
letting you know I stopped.
I got you. How are you going to talk to somebody that you know is not going to listen to you? And what you keep on saying is the
Okay,
same
now.
thing. You keep on saying the same thing. You
No,
talking in circles for one. What I want you to do is say, okay, this is what I'm gonna say to this guy, and this is how I will address the issue. Is because I already know how it feels not to listen to somebody. So what I would do is blase this and blase that. Not about how angry they get, not about how crunk they get or whatever. This is about just how would you address somebody who did the exact same thing that you did when someone was trying to tell you something for your own good. That's what I'm talking about.
I got the flow now.
Yes, sir. You got the flow. I'm gonna even put it on mute.
Okay, if you never would have interrupted me, I was getting to that point because guess what? How I take stuff and it's coming to me in my ear. Everybody else is not the same, so I can't speak for everybody else. That's why I was saying, okay, how somebody speak to me and I get the cushion on my, be like, hey, who the fuck you talking to and all that. Somebody else might might not be quick enough to sit there and do that, and they might take the time out to sit there and actually just listen, unlike me, until it's just at the end. Just like you interrupted me when I was talking about that. Somebody else, while you was talking, you interrupting that person while they was talking. Like a situation happened with me at Santa's Farm. You interrupting me while I'm talking, and then hey, that person can snap off, and then you be like, "Oh, what you doing? What if this person did this and that?" Guess what? You can't sit there and what somebody else would do. You can't sit there and judge that person or put that type of personality or anything on somebody else that's doing this. Cause this person can be fake. That's just like this person faithful. The other person right here, she a hoe. Then you got the other person over here. She don't mind being a thought. A hoe and a thought is two different things. A hoe and a side piece is two different things. So I can't say or speak for nobody else. Only person I can speak for is myself. So only thing I can speak on is what I know and what I did, and everybody else getting on there judge me for what I did, and if they did the same thing like I did. Cause what I did, you probably did something different. You probably was quiet and then talk, but I don't do that. So I can't really just put a judgment on, hey, this person gonna be like this person gonna be like that. It's just like one of my coworkers. He started work 2 days. He had to leave work 3 days early. None of my other employees had to. But I can't sit here and go back to my supervisor and say, hey, you gotta watch out for these people right here. They might be like him. I can't do that. Because then now I'm putting a title on them saying, oh, they're gonna be just like him. Oh, I don't want them. Even though this guy right here, he might be a good worker. He might really didn't change his life and going to work. But I don't put a title on and say, oh, he ain't gonna work. He gotta go. I can't do that. I can't say that. Cause these are two different people and everybody think different. So you really can't just answer that question like that. I'm done now.
Let me unmute myself. Say, so in other words, what the fuck? What the hell did I just do? So in other words, you don't know how you gonna talk to a person because you showed it not you showed and I
What I'm
showed didn't
saying,
get no answer. I didn't get no answer to
everybody react different. So you really can't say, oh, what's going to happen? Because this person might act a different way. So I can't say how I talk to that person. I can sit here and go talk to the next person the same way. That's not gonna work. Cause I go talk to the other person the way I just talk to this person. Guess what? This person might go a different way on the other road to where he gonna get ignorant too. And then now I gotta get more ignorant than what I am.
uh
When I wasn't really just I was sitting to tell them like my boss man said this, but and they looking at it like shit. I'm saying it. It's not coming from nobody else, but it's coming from a higher head that they said that to me, and I'm saying to you, that person ain't gonna get it with my boss. They gonna get ignorant with me, and there was a situation that already done happened Monday. I told them what my boss said, and I told them, and so now they get ignorant. They get mad at me, but they not mad at the head boss. They cussing me out. So that's why I say they might take it a different way or anything. Because my approach might be different from somebody else's. Their approach might be soft and calm, and they really don't understand it. They really don't comprehend it because they used to somebody saying, man, what the fuck is you doing? Man, get this shit up. Besides somebody saying, hey, can you do this for me? Can you pick this up for me? Being polite. So some people don't comprehend everything the same when they get used to a pattern. And that's why I tell people when they get these jobs and they become a manager, they forget where they came from. Because guess what? You was once where I was at. And now you talking to me crazy. Just like if they were talking to you crazy, you weren't taking that shit. So how you expect your employees to take that type of language or anything when you ain't do it? So they what's the word? Contradicting themselves, whatever it is. So you can't expect me contradict. You can't expect me to take this when you didn't do it yourself. You was doing the same thing I did, but now you got a higher power. You feel like you God Almighty, and you want to do this and say this, and think you can just say that to anybody. You can't,
All
and that's
right.
what a lot of
Marky,
uh
you probably been talking for about 5 to 10 minutes, and you absolutely have said nothing. But
uh
anyway, we're gonna go
the whole question
to
was
your favorite little
about
brother
talking
D
about
have entered the room. So
the
I
whole
understand,
question
but you
thing about.
Marquis, I'm gonna let that go because that's
See
a
this
question you don't know how to
and you
answer,
just prove a
and
point.
you did not.
You just
How I
prove a
prove a
point
point?
without talking about.
Tell me
You
what I
just prove a
prove.
point without talking about.
What's that? I asked you a specific question. You were talking about hoes. You were talking about, I don't know what the hell you were talking about. Hell, because after 2 minutes of it, the shit started sounding like Charlie
That's
Brown.
you weren't
Womp,
listening.
womp, 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 womp. Exactly.
You weren't
Because you didn't
listening.
answer my question, son. I asked a specific
I
question.
did.
I don't know
I
what you're
just didn't
talking
give.
about.
I see that. There go the thing. There go the thing right there. And
Oh my
there
God.
is the answer to your question. What you just
Okay.
asked me.
Hey, okay. Yeah, we got our favorite little brother in here, D
What's the
O
word?
G.
Y'all just-
D Calvin. What you got going on over there, D?
Hey,
I'm just leaving from. First of all, can you hear me
hey.
first?
Hey, I hear you.
Okay. I just left from leaving Ole Miss Boonville. I was talking to one of my counselors, well, one a couple of my old counselors, and I go
Oh,
up
Miss
there every
Boom.
now and then just to see them.
Oh, Miss Boomful. What's that?
Yes, it's one of the regional campuses. If you can't afford to go to the main campus, you can go to one of the regional campuses that's more convenient in cost and location and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Okay. But go ahead. Finish on what you're saying.
And that's practically about it. Other than work, that's about all I got to really just talk about.
Oh, okay. But
And I do
I
got
do
some good news about work.
huh?
I do got some good news about work.
What's that?
I am learning how to ride. I am riding equipment. Today was my second day learning how to ride on equipment.
What equipment? What equipment you talking about?
What you riding?
I'm, ri-
Front lift,
I'm
pallet
riding on
jack.
a walkie electronic pallet jet.
Oh, electronic pilot jet. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, you got to be careful with those things.
Oh yeah, shit. Oh, you got the one
Because it
where
can.
you gotta push the button up and walk with it.
E- yeah, well, except on this one, you're more so riding.
Really?
Okay, well that was the one I used to do at
You
McLean. You
talking about
gotta get on it, push the button up, and then you gotta hold it down. If you let it up, it cut off that where it won't hurt you and the thing once you off of it.
Well, this one,
They,
it's kind of like, how do I put it? It's just like a big, I ain't gonna say a big ass scooter, but you got the long fork ones, you got the short fork ones. I'm training on a long fork one.
Mm.
you got
You
to
didn't
stand.
tell
You
them.
got to
You didn't
stand
tell
up.
them folks I was your
Upper
daddy, did
grade
you?
pedal jacks.
Daddy, I don't even know why you would say something like that.
Yeah, I had to. Because you tell them I'm your daddy, they're gonna be like, okay, we got us a problem here. We got us a grade A problem.
If anything, they probably don't know who you is. They probably remember who Uncle Dog is, and probably don't even really remember him.
Now they remember OGLBC. Yeah, they sure,
OGLBC.
they
I
sure
can't take
remember
no
that.
more.
Yeah. Most definitely, most definitely. Oh, I got a question for y'all. I want to check the temperature of the room here. I
Oh
need to know
Lord.
something.
Oh jeez.
Now, this is the question I said I was going to ask y'all this week anyway. The question of the day is finances.
Okay.
What do y'all do with your finances? We'll say out of a month. We'll say, how do y'all spend your paychecks that you have? Do you do it miscellaneous, business, bills, or personal things?
Okay, can we define personal?
Okay. Personal things will be like underwear, alcohol, anything that you're gonna take indulge in, like on put in your system, like something that's well, I'll leave alcohol out of it. I'm gonna leave that. I'll put that on miscellaneous or fuck off money. I'll put the alcohol and stuff with fuck off money. We'll say the personal stuff is gonna be stuff like drawers, socks, underwear, uh, uh, getting your hair cut, buying supplies to wash your ass and all type of stuff like that. Anything that does to keep your maintenance up to your body. Go ahead, Marquis. Since you had the floor.
Oh, I'm good. I ain't got nothing to say.
No, I want you to answer the question.
Yeah, I know. I ain't got nothing to say.
Why not?
Oh, now all of a
Cause when
sudden
I
you
was
ain't.
just speaking on the subject, you shut it down. And what you don't understand, somebody else might feel the same way how I feel.
Oh my gosh.
See, you steady getting
Look,
in your
I
feelings.
didn't say I
We
didn't say
had
nothing.
this talk
I've
before
been
we
on
come
here.
on. We
I
had
ain't
this
say
talk
nothing.
before you
When you
came
told me
on.
to
You
leave
jumping
it
into
alone,
your
I leave it alone.
feelings. So I'm asking a question, and the question is finances. What do you do with your finances?
But guess what? If I answer the question and get deep into it, you might interrupt me and tell me you want to hear it.
No, no. What I'm
Yeah,
not
you
going
just
to
did a
do
few
is
minutes ago. What you talking about?
I can't let you have a monologue going on, and you talking about
But
you
guess
talking
what?
about
But guess what? That
tea,
could have been
and you talking
that
about
right
some
there was
tea
the
in
subject
China and
though.
shit.
But at the same time, there was a subject that some of
Are you
your
gonna answer the question? See, right now you gaslighting off the question what I'm asking now. Are you gonna
I'm
answer
good.
the
I'm
question?
good. I'm good.
Now, if you got an attitude, you're gonna have to remove yourself from the panel because we don't need no childish attitudes going on here for one. Because
Ain't
that's
no childish
senseless.
attitude. Ain't no childish attitude.
And I mean, you sitting on here like some woman
All
now,
right.
acting like a
All right.
woman, acting real sensitive in your feelings.
Wow.
Youngins. Go ahead and answer that question, D.
My finances consist of bills and personal, because I try my best to stay up on my hygiene and stuff like that. But it's mainly just bills and personal and miscellaneous. It's kind of like the same thing, right? Every now and then I might go out, hang
No,
out, but it ain't just
this is going to be something like if some you spending some money that is something that just came up, like okay, I'm finna go out to eat or something like that, or man, I'm gonna go to the movies or something like that. I would call that something miscellaneous. That's what I would call
okay.
it.
Well, let me put it like this: 50% bills, 25% personal, 25% miscellaneous. How about that?
Miscellaneous.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That ain't bad. So what was you doing over at the school today?
Well,
Well, yeah, I know you said you're with the counselor and everything. So what was you doing at the school?
well, I'm gonna say it like this. Here lately, I've been kind of being inspired and motivated by some close people to me, and I've decided to get back in the school, finish up where I left off.
You never did finish school.
No,
I thought you finished.
no, sir, I did not. It's kind
What?
of one of my biggest regrets 3 years later, but back then, I'm not gonna lie. Let's be honest with all adults. My mind wasn't in school, honestly, and I couldn't just focus myself how I wanted to. So I started goofing off, and grades started slipping. And after a while, I said it wasn't no sense in wasting nobody else's time, including my own. So I just left it where it was, and I said whenever my mindset shifted, I said I was gonna get back in it, and now it's shifted. Even though I got a million irons in the fire, I'm gonna try my best to make that one of my priorities.
Did and you know, coming up as a youngster, what was your what? No, what was my what's the name for you?
You wanted
What
me
you
to go
supposed to
to
go
a
do?
use I was supposed to be attending a HBCU. Daddy, you muted yourself.
Yeah, I was doing something. yeah, yeah, I was doing something. Yeah, I wanted you to do the uh the uh the lawyer thing or whatever, but you come bad off of that right there. I don't know what
Well,
went on.
it might give you a little confidence, but I know it's not just the full thing, but my major is general business and my minor is criminal justice. Now what I remember of my minor of all the classes I done took, I might not remember much, but I don't think it ain't gonna take that long to refresh.
No, it shouldn't take that long. What criminal justice is okay, but you know, my thing was I always told you if you're gonna do something, you're gonna do it. You ain't gonna
Yes.
you ain't gonna pussyfoot around with it. You just gonna do it to the fullest. And my thing was I want the actual lawyer. That's what I actually wanted. Straight up lawyer. Straight that right there, because the people that you're around and the people that you see on a daily basis, the people you hang around, people you know, your community, they need someone to, as I told you all the time, they need someone to fight for them. Unfortunately, some of them are not up to fighting for themselves, and especially when it comes to the justice system that we have, and that is primarily target our communities for negativity and everything. So that's why I would want you to do that. I hate that you kind of got off of that, because do you remember me reading a lot of law books to you when you was a child?
No, I mean not necessarily, but I know we always used to watch a whole lot of Law and Order and stuff.
Yeah, I know. I read a couple of Malcolm X books to you. Well, like that one Malcolm X book, some of his famous uh speeches or whatever. I wouldn't know what that book is. I can't find that book. But anyway, well, I wish you the best of luck to whatever you're gonna do or anything like that. Do you have any questions?
No, but I do have some. I mean, that is still not too late. I mean, I ain't just 30 yet. I mean, I still got time to experience. It's Lord, I can't talk. Experience the HBCU. I mean, I would like to. I mean, I see it on TV a lot, like on All American and stuff like that. But I mean, it would be nice to experience an actual HBCU college experience.
Well, but I ain't talking about just a HBCU. Basically, what I'm talking about, I wanted you to do the law. I want you to go somewhere, get a law degree. I don't give a damn right now if it's a HBCU or anywhere. Right now, my main thing is just to get the you'll get that college degree for that right there. Put yourself on some knowledge about that. Get into that justice system. And I hear a lot of people say, get in the system and turn it around. You can't turn that system around because that system is built on white supremacy. And with you not being white, that's not going to work. What I was looking for you to do is to get into the system and look out for your people. Not try to turn the white supremacist system around, is to look out for your people to make sure every decision you made is going to be it not only is going to benefit you, it's going to benefit the ones that look like you.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted right there. And I know, like I said, it ain't yeah, you still young, got snot running out your nose and shit.
Wow.
Yeah, if you know what I mean, you still a young little young little punk, yeah.
Mm.
So what you what were you talking about going back to Northeast?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's up there at Northeast, but they got their own little building. They got two different buildings where they do the classes at Northeast.
Okay, okay, okay. Do you
And
think you're
I'm
gonna
trying,
be excuse me? Do you think you're gonna be able to stay focused at Northeast, knowing the same type of people that you was hanging around that kind of knock you off your square? You think you're still
well,
gonna
I
be
ain't gonna
able
say
to do that?
I'm not gonna necessarily say people got me off because I mean, regardless of how my mindset was, I done everything on my own. I mean, I had positive people around me who kept me motivated, even though I might have not have showed and told it. I really appreciate that, but it was just times where, let's be honest, I just said, "Fuck this shit." I'm just not. My mind is just not here right now. Just like just hop into it. What in my right in
Your phone is going in and out. You hear me? Your phone is going in and
Can you
out.
hear me now?
Uh, we hearing you, but it's just going in and out real bad.
Uh,
Yeah.
oh, but like I said, I just felt like that was something I should have done. It wasn't something that I just should have just took time to be like, look, you just finished 2 years in Northeast before you just hop straight in the Ole Miss. Take a little time out, get yourself together, sow your wild oats, do stuff like that, then go in. And I was trying to, like I said, I just wasn't mature like I am now. And then on top of that, considering that this is gonna be coming out of my pocket at least the first semester till I can get my GPA back up. I mean, hell yeah, I'm gonna take it seriously. Hell, this is coming from my pocket exactly. Nobody else's,
Mm.
mine. And of course, you take it more seriously when it's your money and not somebody else's money or free money, which money ain't necessarily free. It's too many damn catches behind.
Yes, that it is. That it is. That's why they call it currency. It's steady flowing. You know what currency is, right?
I feel I've always just known currency to just be different forms of money.
Hmm. Well, you're gonna have to whatever you get into, you know you're gonna have to go deep into your own history in order to find out the truth about everything that you're getting into. You know that, don't you?
Okay, further explain that a little bit. I feel like I know what you're trying to say, but just help me out. Further explain.
Um, Tell me exactly what are you going to get a degree in?
General business.
When I say general business, most businesses, and if you look at history, look through history, they kind of surround their businesses around what black people spend. This is all, and if it wasn't for black people in America, America wouldn't have been made. I can tell you that now. So you have to look at your own history and see, okay, I'm going into business and I know how we spend money because we are always purchasing. That's one
Yes.
thing we do. We always purchasing something. Now, how do I relate that to my people is because of like if you look at what's the name of it? 13th. I think that's the name of it. 13th. It's a documentary talking about the 13th Amendment. And the 13th Amendment is incarceration. Well, it's freeing slaves and all that stuff, with one exception. You can imprison when someone's in prison, you can treat them like a slave. So basically, if anybody's in prison, they actually is in slavery. This is a known fact, right? And they have a bunch of
It's
corporations like Walmart, all kind of people who put big money into that. This is businesses. Now you talking about doing business, and all this stuff is surrounding your community, black people. If you watch the documentary, you will get more out of it. It's been a minute since I saw it, but if you watch the documentary, you will get more out of that documentary, and it'll put you on how the business people think, because laws are not made by lawmakers. Laws are made by businesses, because it's businesses that fund them to make certain laws to help their businesses. I know I kind of went a little left with it and everything, but when it comes to that business thing, it's real. It gets real deep. That's why I said you have to know your history of yourself. Find yourself in life and know who you are. And once you find out your history, life is easy. It's easy. Believe me, I know. It gets easier and easier because one thing you cannot do, you cannot debunk a lie. I mean, my fault, excuse me. You cannot debunk the truth. That's one thing you cannot do. They can try all day long, but you cannot debunk the truth. And if you know the truth and you know it, not you taking second guesses at it, if you know the truth, they cannot debunk it. I always remember that. Well, little brother, my favorite little brother D, give me your closing. We finna get up out of here. And I'll
this,
catch you either Monday or Tuesday next week.
this is D, your favorite little brother. My people, I'm sorry I'm late. I've been trying to handle some business, get some things in order, but I promise you next week I will be fully attentive to the best of my ability as long as I'm not asleep. And I love y'all. That is
That
my
ain't
sign
good.
off.
That ain't good. And this is Calvin
Oh
from
my God.
Seymour TV. And I will see your ass when I see you.
Love you, Daddy.
Love you too, boy.